and later murdered. He was murdered not out of self-defense, not by accident, but through a cold, calculated and conspired murder. My Lord, the evidence showed that, indeed, the accused persons acted out of malice aforethought.
So you rely on not abstract?
Yes, that is just an illustration, my Lord, of what I'm saying.
It was I'm capturing what you're saying, but my mind is not the other side.
My Lord, we focus on what I'm telling you before the court.
So then what is mind, that is what is the statement. When you divert
Yes.
things to the other side,
Yes.
without preparing everyone, you want to clarify the issue?
Yes, my Lord. My Lord, the witness is appearing virtually. Is Dr. Johansson or God. The others are not witnesses in this matter.
I swear by the name of the Almighty God, that the evidence I shall produce in front of this court, touching on the matter in question of the truth, nothing but the truth, so help me God.
Kindly introduce yourself before this honorable court, stating your name and your qualifications, professional qualifications.
My name is Dr. Wells Johansson. I am a pathologist currently working at the Ministry of Health in Nairobi.
Yes.
I am a degree in medicine and surgery from the University of Nairobi, which I got the 2000. I also have a master's in pathology from the same University of Nairobi, which I got in the year 2008. And I've been practicing as a pathologist since then.
Yes. Regarding this matter, do you have a postmortem form with you?
Yes, my lord, I have a postmortem form.
In reference to the postmortem form, kindly take us through regarding this matter.
So on 29th of October in the year 2024,
Yes.
at Lee Funeral Home in Nairobi, I performed an autopsy on the body of the late Willis Onyango Ayeko.
Is that the body that you received?
Yes, my lord.
My Lord, we do mark that photographic evidence as NF5. Sorry, the name of the body that you received?
Willis Onyango Ayeko.
Yes. Is that the body that you received at Lee Funeral Home?
That's the body I'm projected because I'm not seeing any projection.
Yes, we are.
The camera is directed towards my lord.
Is the body or the picture of the body?
The picture of the body. Yes.
So let me see.
as we organize about all this, you can proceed. Can you now see?
Yes, I can see a body bag.
All
White
right.
one.
My Lord, we do mark the same as NF5, 1, okay? Proceed.
So these are the findings of my
NF5, 1, my Lord.
So externally, the body of the late Willis was dressed in soiled.
Beyond that history, you not make reference to any source. That's
No.
just what you are representing,
Yes, yes.
including any report from the laboratory.
Laboratory usually come later because you know autopsy samples to the laboratory, not the other way around.
Are you familiar with the term agonal period?
Yes, yes, yes.
What is agonal period? Can you explain it?
AGO and
So what is it?
just the period after death.
It's a period of From your estimation, what was the period? Either during or after? For how long had the disease had been there?
A body which is decomposed have a lot of artifacts, which is very difficult to estimate.
You cannot tell this court. You cannot tell this court during or when or for how long the disease had already passed on.
No, I can't tell.
Doctor, is it true that people rarely drop dead? From your understanding of medicine, I'm not a medical, I'm a lawyer. Is it true that
Yeah.
people rarely drop dead?
You talk about sudden death?
Sudden death? Is it true that people just don't drop dead?
You can death suddenly.
Is it also true that people rarely drop dead through traumatic injury? A traumatic
That's
injury?
okay.
People rarely just drop dead after traumatic injury.
Depends on the extent of the injury.
But you agree with me, they rarely.
I don't know which statistics I can use, so I can't answer.
From your education, having been a pathologist for over the years, are you able to assess whether pathology was a brain injury in certain circumstances can even speak out in the walk after having that traumatic injury?
If you want us to go to specific of death, I can go to the biological level. I don't know whether they want us to go to that direction.
Not really. I just want you to give us a picture where somebody has an injury but is able to, go about their duties. There are instances where someone has been shot in the heart but is able to do something. And that also applies to this case.
The
Whereas
aspects of
one has
death,
a traumatic injury.
earlier death and this somatic death. So I don't know what you know, because death even is not an event, it's a process.
It is a process. You agree with me, it is a process.
Yes.
And it can take a while before somebody drops dead.
Each cell die off in a different way. There are some cells which after death they can still be alive in a week.
And it also confirms that before the cells die, one is able to walk or even speak out. There is an involuntary activity that can happen before the cells die. Including
That's what I don't know.
you now that I read about the that one is able to move and do involuntary activities for a considerable period of time. I know you know that from your medical classes. And it's also confirmed probably that one can also have also have after that. That's right. Are you with us?
I'm listening.
You have said that what was the cause of death?
Head injury due to blood trauma.
Head injury due to blood trauma. How did you come to that conclusion?
There was a lot of bleeding in the brain and there was bruising in the scalp.
Blood injury. At the time of opening the scalp, were there some elements of blood?
Yes.
At what point in a human being does the blood stop bleeding?
When the heart stops.
So from your theory, even during the autopsy, the disease was still alive.
I don't know whether you understand me. There's something called bruising, which cannot occur in death. It only occur in life. So what I mean is this. This bruising occurs in life. That's what I mean.
The bruises, the wound on the skull that you're talking about, it must be due to even the recovery, during the recovery, the deceased head was hit somewhere.
When you're dead, you don't bleed.
Because you're talking about bleeding after, during the postmortem, right?
I saw blood.
You saw blood. Could the blood be as a result of injury sustained during recovery?
No.
Well, you've given us an external description of this vehicle, right?
Yes.
From the evidence that you have produced and the evidence that you marked, there is a photograph of diastasis of his stomach, correct? Diastasis. You know, diastasis is the protrusion, the abdomen. There is a photograph. The extended stomach, yes.
That's a distension of the abdomen.
It is this, repeat again, kindly.
Distension.
Extension of the abdomen.
You're talking about distension. That's a normal thing. Yes.
Yes, so it is out of him being in the water or him being struck by an weapon due to the head injury.
It's part of decomposition.
It's part of the decomposition. And would it be also as a result of the environmental factors that led to the decomposition?
When you die, immediately bacteria start multiplying. When they multiply, they produce gas. So the more you stay, the more the gas.
Are you able to tell this court that they could not be as a result of the injury system, but they are as a result of the injury system?
That is postmortem interval because of bacterial activity in production of blood.
In also the external examination, is there any feature on the body that may indicate an attempt to conceal the injury? Any feature in the body, probably a stone was placed on his back. Is there any feature?
A stone was?
Anything was placed, any feature in the body that indicated there was an attempt to conceal the injury?
I don't know.
We talked about bruises, we talked about the marbles. I'm asking if there is any feature in the body that showed that probably there was an attempt to conceal the injuries.
I find it difficult to understand what you mean and about features to conceal a body or injury. So probably you can tell me which features of this which they really use to conceal an injury, because I don't know.
What are the marbles that were found in the street?
Those are not marble, it was marbling.
What are the causes of marbling?
Yes, explain to you what marbling is. The blood usually has what is called hemoglobin. Sure, you can understand that, isn't it? And they are found in red blood cells. Red blood cells move vessels.
If
Someone will undergoes bacterial activity convert this hemoglobin into green color. We brought it marbling, and I want to just explain to you what marbling is. So now we can
allow
understand.
me to rephrase so that I can put it to you. You say that upon doing the cutting off the stomach, we realized that there were bruises that were inside the stomach line, right?
Well, I said in the skin there was some bruising on the skin.
Bruises of the skin. Would the bruises of the skin in any way be as a result of concealment, an attempt to conceal the body?
When you're injured, the only way someone can know that you're injured is through skin bruising. So how do you conceal?
So the bruises was not as a result of it, right?
You cannot conceal a bruise by making it inside.
Have you talked about abrasions in your abrasions in the first court and the court? Any abrasions?
No, I never talked of any abrasions.
Are there any abrasions?
This is a body which had a lot of skin slippage and all that, so it was difficult to see abrasion because of that.
From the pictures that we have in front of you, there was one that there was handcuffs. From the pictures that you showed, there were handcuffs, right? There were handcuffs that had been placed on the deceased wrist, right?
I don't remember seeing any handcuffs in the days when I'm doing the autopsy.
What was the nature of his? How did the wrist look like?
Upon the accession of the subcutaneous tissue and the skin, which are actually reported, there was some bruising under the skin of the wrist.
Would they be consistent to someone trying to break to injuries sustained by someone trying to break?
It's possible.
You confirm that there were swabs that were made or were taken from the said body.
Samples, yes, taken.
And you also confirm that you don't take any evidence in court as a result of the viewing or swabs or the analysis that are conducted. Have you taken any evidence?
They were taken to the analyst through the police, and they've not been, the results have not been given back to me.
That's all for me.
Yes.
Did you weigh the body?
No, he didn't weigh the body.
But you saw the body?
Yes.
From what you saw, is it possible, in your opinion, that a single person can carry that body?
The only challenge that we had by the time you're seeing the body is this body will decompose, distended around that. So it's very difficult to estimate how it looked.
Answer the question. Is it possible for a single person to carry that body from what you saw?
If you're a small person prior to decomposition, it can be carried as one person, but I can't tell how it was before.
I'm talking what you saw at the time you saw. Is it possible for somebody to carry that body?
If this person encountered this body upon decomposition, it's difficult.
Don't give us ifs. What do you saw?
I saw a decomposed body.
Is it possible for somebody, one person, to carry that body?
I saw an distended body which was enlarged before decomposition, and at that stage it's difficult to carry it.
Can two people carry that body?
Two people can carry it.
Now, the injuries that you saw, is it possible that the animals that we're talking about could have caused the injuries?
Lots of tissues, so they look like subcutaneous niggling. It's possible, yes.
When you talk of a bruise, is it a lot of tissue as well?
Bruise is bleeding.
Now, you talked that the cause of death was a blunt trauma. Is it possible that a stone can cause the trauma, the blunt trauma?
Yes.
And you can fall on a stone and hit your head?
Falling is possible.
Thank you so much, Doctor.
Sorry, just one question. During the autopsy, how many people were in attendance?
The room had so many people that I cannot enumerate because there were crime scene officers, there were relatives, there were pathologists, so we are quite a number.
At what time was the autopsy being done? Was it during the day?
Yes, the autopsy was done during the day because we started it at around 10:30 there. Around 9 actually, we started around 9.
At what time did you do?
About 12.
Thank you so much, Doctor. That is all my doctor.
I'm finding it difficult to answer that question because I don't know what aspect of concealment you're talking about. Because concealing, you conceal the whole body, not a body only. Hiding the body.
And kindly clarify if there was any attempt to conceal injuries or bruises.
This answer just speak to what I just answered. You conceal the whole body, you don't conceal a bruise. Unless probably you put some plastic to hide it, but I didn't see any plaster on it on the body.
Dr. According to your examination, kindly clarify if this death was sudden.
No, this is not sudden death.
Kindly clarify that there were handcuffs on the body of the deceased.
No, when the body came to me, there was no handcuff. If she was there, probably prior.
You were asked on the issue of DNA. Kindly clarify if you are the one who was performing the DNA.
No, not me.
You were asked about the injuries that were seen on the body of the deceased. Kindly clarify if these injuries were caused by the said animals that you saw on the body.
It's possible, yes. Because finding that trap there and finding those small buildings, probably the animals of that.
Finally, Dr. From your reports, can you clarify that the cause of death was by blunt trauma?
Yes, my lord.
Thank you so much, Dr. We do appreciate. You can say
Thank you very much. Have a nice good day.
Thank you.
Depends on the distribution of the program now, but it's sort of climate setting. So this is the new now, how much time to protect. Before what they are asking. So, but now will be a discussion to indicate that though the policy of the court is to need to deal with that, so that we're going to lock down.
We'll be requesting Government Court not to give us another date, perhaps determine the said application to pay my note. The accused have been in custody and they stay in custody further.